All right, so here's the other end of the bargain. I got my one vid. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk where I need to leave my book recommendations. And there's Patrick. That's the...
What's going on, YouTube?
Patrick. Oh my God.
Back at it again.
That's not me.
Oops.
Oh no.
I done did it.
So you got questions for Patrick? He's here. I woke him up filming the video, so we're up late.
He's paying me not to sleep. I'm just kidding. He's not paying me at all.
We're just hanging out.
We're just hanging out, having fun.
Yep.
We almost ate shit today.
What? You talking about the one wheels?
On the one wheels. That was fun.
You did.
Yeah. I almost died.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town.
What up? So we're just answering questions for a little bit.
Josh, can you stop playing footsie with me?
It's not me. What up, Will? How's it going? Edward? So he's been like hiring people. We're probably gonna do a video on. Well, not you. You haven't been hiring people.
Not me. I'm on the committee that goes into the interview, and I give my opinion on them, and then my team lead does the hiring decisions.
Yeah. Halfway through Lambda, dude. Sweet.
Dude, good job.
Yeah, so he's been on part of the hiring team. So we're going to look at some of the projects and decide.
Josh, your dog is just nonstop licking me since I visited.
Suvi, you got to calm down, okay?
She's literally like,
Patrick,
tastes like white boy.
You got questions.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Patrick, what's your hardest task?
Hardest task since being employed? Meeting deadlines and not being used to those in a work environment. It's different with like Lambda school. You have 1 week and you know that ahead of time, but you don't know how to gauge a ticket.
How do you estimate time for your tickets?
I don't. I just log it and then I get better and better as I go along. I log it in Jira.
Did they give you an expectation?
They say that it should usually take like 2 or 3 hours if it's a small ticket, or 20 hours if it's a big ticket.
How do they define that? Sorry, Patrick. Suvi's just taking up all of the...
It's okay. The goodest girl.
Here, look. I'll just back up. How much is a cup of tea?
Free at my job.
Yeah, you get like a whole...
I have like all of the... So you know how I have a soda problem? I'm sure you all saw that from the other video that Josh posted.
Wait, no, the other one.
When I leave Josh's house, he's gonna have like 20 cans lying around. Anyways, my job is like all of the sodas on different levels inside these giant fridges that they restock every day. When I leave my desk, I have to go throw away like 7 or 8 cans. By the end of the day, I'm gonna die of cancer, I bet you.
What kind of job did you land? So talk about your dev job.
So, my official title is Software Engineer Web 1. That's my official title. I'm not going to say the company name because 1, there are people who don't like me and I don't want them to like try to contact my job. And 2, it's none of y'all's business anyway. So, I make good money to survive in Austin, Texas, and that's all that's really matters.
But do you like it?
Oh, I love it. Every day I get to wake up, go in, and solve problems. And I just enjoy it. I like it so much better than bagging groceries or restocking shelves or working in fast food.
Are you glad you went to Lambda?
I honestly am, and this is not a shill. Like, this is me giving you guys a heart-to-heart.
First of all, let me stop you right.
Okay.
All right, this is not a Lambda stream. We're not sponsored by Lambda. He literally just came over because we're friends and we're hanging out because I hit 100K and he said he was coming.
And it's his birthday weekend.
Yeah, because it was my birthday on the 17th, so...
It's last year for his 20s.
Yeah.
Till he hits his 30s, so
all right.
I wanted to come visit. Anyways.
All right, heart-to-heart.
Heart-to-heart. Lambda school really changed my life. It was a really rocky road for me, especially like the first like 10 weeks with Lambda because, I wasn't sure what it was. It was new for me. It seemed scammy when I first started, and I didn't know what to expect. And now look at me, 9 months later, I have a software dev job. I didn't even think I was going to be at this point at all anyway because I was going to end up going to a 4-year. Now I'm 100K less of debt. And I have an actual job. So I think it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And I honestly stand behind that.
Gotta turn up the gain a little bit.
Sorry if you can't hear me.
You gotta get it. You gotta get ASMR.
It's now time for
Now
ASMR
you're peeking.
with Patrick Thompson.
Okay.
First of all, guys.
All right. Hey, thanks, dude. For the person, did you move to Texas?
Yes, I did.
Uh,
I got relocation.
what was the job description like? Did you meet the criteria?
I mean, I must have.
Well, when you how was the interview process?
So the interview process consisted of you get a UI UX questionnaire, which usually consists of things like, do you know like standards for people with like vision disabilities or color schemes that you shouldn't be doing? Accessibility stuff. And then like a little bit of CSS questions like what is floats, what are like positions and stuff like that. Just kind of basic questionnaires. And after you get evaluated on that, you talk to a recruiter, and the recruiter puts you in touch with the team lead, who in my case was my team lead, and they schedule you for an in-person interview. And so they flew me out to Austin, Texas, and that has its own story. But and then when you're there, you do an in-person interview with 3 people from the team. A little bit of whiteboarding, a little bit of like kind of questionnaire stuff.
Yo, I'll just backseat drive. Take over.
Okay.
Patrick, take the wheel.
Jesus. Anyways, and so basically
I'll fix the lighting.
after that, you take a 1-hour code test. And so the 1-hour code test, it's not too bad. I'm not going to talk about what it is because if you're interviewing at my company, I don't want to get in trouble for spilling the beans. But it's not too bad. It's very, very expected for the job. Did you have to study any data structures for the job like LeetCode? No. It's ironic because the only jobs I've ever actually had to do the only interviews I've actually had to do like LeetCode questions for were in the Bay Area. No one else seems to do them, so. No, Fluke, don't go away. What company? I'm not going to say the name of the company. Sorry, guys.
It's a dope company, though.
It is a dope company, and Josh knows what it is.
Like,
and
for a first dev job, I'm pretty jealous because...
What's your advice for a CS major undergraduate student? Try to maximize your debt, I guess. I mean, yeah, you're obviously in college, and so there's going to be a lot of debt, but try to find ways to bring that down, like through scholarships or financial aid. Trust me, you do not want to come out of college with $120K in debt. Like, it's just not fun. That would be my biggest advice to you. And then study. Make sure you're not wasting your time. Did you feel like giving up in school? Every day. Every day you feel like you want to give up. Especially during Lambda.
Look at you, Patrick. But you're a natural. You need to have your own channel.
I want to start a YouTube channel. We'll see. Who knows?
You cannot make one now.
I'm not allowed.
I've done too much work.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take all 115K subs, Josh. 17% ISA isn't too bad. It isn't. I'm paying... am I allowed to say what I'm paying?
Well, they'll be able to figure out what you make if you do that.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that then.
So
no,
then
sorry. Let's just say what I'm paying a month is in between $700 and $1,400. And that's only for 2 years, yes. I won't even hit the 30K cap.
He's not allowed to say what he makes because his company doesn't want other people to get all mad and upset. And that happens.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have I done the Fibonacci sequence in an interview? Yes, I have. What percent of the required skills do you think you met going into the interview? I would say 80% because a lot of the required skills for my job were just kind of like I guess in their mind they thought if you know HTML, CSS, and vanilla JavaScript, you can learn anything else on the job. And so I pretty much knew that pretty well. So that's how I got the job, I think. Do I work in California? No, I work in Austin, Texas. You're crying? I cry with you, my friend. Where else in the States did you apply? Why Austin? Well, I was born in Houston, Texas. So this is actually my home state. But let's see. I wanted to stay specifically in the Bay Area for my kids.
but it's so competitive out there. You have all the boot camp grads out there. You have the CS degree majors out there. It's just too competitive if you don't have experience, and so I started broadening my search outside to different states, and so that's kind of where I decided to go. And I mean, Texas is cheap. It's got a really great like cost of living comparative to what you're going to be making. Like 140K in the Bay Area is going to be like 60K anywhere else, kind of thing, you know. So at least you have a better survival, like financial survival. Hey, Josh, 0 Days says to notice him.
What up, dude? How's it going, man? I'm just responding to comments. I just try to stay relative.
Am I using Python on a job? No, I'm strictly front-end developer only. Our back-end guys use Python and Java.
Are you tired after work?
Am I tired after work? No. See, it's nice. I can get up. I can go in at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or 9 a.m. if I want to and get off at either 3 p.m., 4 p.m., or 5 p.m. So, I don't know. I like to wake up earlier so I can get off earlier, but I'm never really tired. I mean, I guess I could be mentally drained, but it's not like fit. It's different from like mentally exhausted. You're not like, oh, I'm just done with the day. You're more like, yeah, I've done some thinking today. Is Fortran a language worth learning as a CS student, or should I just learn Python? I can't make that determination for you.
It's Python. Josh, you don't have a CS degree. Okay, CS career questions, I get it. But Fortran's old. It's just legacy. Python's probably more. It's going to do more. It's more utility.
Is the ISA available worldwide, like the 50K salary for all over the world? Sandeep, I don't know, where are you from? I know they rolled it out in Europe, and I think they just did India as well. So, no, they didn't?
No, India, yep.
I thought they said that they
started working towards that, but they had to slow down.
Okay, so there's that.
That's all I know, really. Like, I don't really know much more than that.
Do you spend your weekends learning? Heck no. How do I prevent burnout? By not overexerting myself, like coding on the weekends.
By live streaming on Fridays at 12:25 in the morning.
Totally. By having Josh wake me up when I'm trying to sleep. What do I think of Udacity? See, I like Udacity if you already know a language very well. Like, I'll use Udacity, get the $5 like course to pick up on something real quick if I already know like a language really well. You just kind of take what you've learned already and apply that with the Udacity course for something new, and it could be something that you just pick up really quick. I like it for that. I've never used it for self-teaching. I find that Udacity gets you into like this like learning loop where you're never actually really learning it. You just learn.
They place a lot of emphasis on their nano degree. That's like what they have, right? Their Udacity nano.
Oh wait, Udacity. I'm talking about Udemy, not Udacity.
Udacity has a nano degree, and I think Udacity curriculum is great, but I don't think a web dev certificate from Udemy where you click next chapter until you get to download the certificate means a whole lot. Just like I don't think the nano degree. I don't know. Unless someone really is a big fan.
How long have you been with your company? Who, me or Josh? And so going back to school is something your employer wants you to do? No, but they're willing to pay for it after I've worked for 6 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I'm so tired.
How do you get over imposter syndrome? It's so hard to get over it. Man, if you find the answer to that, bro, tell me, because I still don't get over it. What's Lambda? Lambda is an online live boot camp instruction, but I guess I wouldn't really call it a boot camp considering it's 9 months and not like 13 weeks. Let's see. Ever watch Derek Banas tutorials? I swear by them. I love Derek Banas. He's really good. Are there any a-holes in the company? No, not to my knowledge.
Why would you say that on stream, even if there was?
Let's see. But then it's what you want. My boss refuses to document and clarify requests over email or chat. What do I do? Have a talk with him. Be vocal about it, maybe. But don't be immature or, just talk to him in confidence. Can I find freelance work with no experience and self-taught? That's a question for you, sir. Can I find freelance work with no experience and self-taught?
I mean, freelance is a self-taught experience. Can you find freelance work? Yes, of course. Of course you can. You would more like make freelance work. That's more of a definition of freelance anyways. Like Upwork and Freelancer and like those are contracts. You do the thing and then it's done. But freelance in the typical sense is where you go create things and you bring it to somebody and then you make money for it.
Josh Kurgit. So if you're talking to me, round it up 3 months. How did I describe Lambda on my job applications? I fluffed it. Used, buzzwords.
You say what you're supposed to say on resume. That's what you
Exactly.
do.
I don't lie about it. I'm honest about it. But you want to use buzzwords.
They're not called buzzwords. That's the bad negative term. They're called action verbs. Okay, please use the politically. They're called action verbs, not buzzwords. Okay, that's negative, and we can't call them explosions. They're called pyroclasmic events. Just look, HR just coming out of me. Just HR just comes out when you start saying this stuff.
Bro, Gucci snack.
What? Why?
Thank you so much, sir. Is this for me or is it for Josh? You have to clarify.
Is daily too much? I employed a daily team meeting. That's just daily stand-up, dude. That's like right now, Gucci snack.
Depends on how long they are, too. You don't want your meetings to be ineffective or too long. You want it to be short, concise, and simple to the point.
I think. Why did you have to implement that? Is that because they weren't telling you? Because sometimes this can be remedied by just asking them to send you a end of day update. Like every day at 3:00 your time, send me an update of what you did and what you're going to be working on, and give me a couple links to look at the stuff. Because otherwise, it seems like you without consulting them, and they're just not doing anything and just yanking your chain. Yeah. I don't know. Does that help, Gucci snack? Because you certainly helped me. Thanks, man.
We both know, Gucci, just between you and me, that was for me. Just saying.
That was Patrick.
You're both my senpai. Titrate logic. You, sir, are my hero.
Thanks, dude.
Did I have any interviews at FANG companies? Yes, I did have one interview at a FANG company. Not even Josh knows about it.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
What? Can you say the letter of which one it is?
N.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How'd it go?
I got to interview 3. I got past the whiteboard.
And then what? Ghost protocol?
They gave me a number that I didn't agree with for their company. Why would you quit a job to not pay them back? Oh, so to the person I know who asked earlier about what Lambda does if I quit my job. So the ISA, if you tell what you're supposed to do is if you quit your job or you get let go, you go to your ISA, which is Leaf. That's the program that they use. And you just say that your income went from whatever it was to 0. And then you don't pay until you get another job again. There's no interest. There's no hounding on you to pay it off. It's nothing like that.
Tips for a counteroffer? Yeah, ask for more than what you want because they're going to counter your counteroffer.
Don't show your hand.
Well, so when you apply, they ask, what are you requesting, right? So then you...
I tell them the fair market value for my position in the area.
Yeah, but you can't put that in a text, a validated field that's checking for text and they want numbers only.
Put 0.
You must put between 1,000 and whatever. That's what happened when... I don't know. They tried to bamboozle me, so I just put whatever they said on Glassdoor because they're going to ask again.
Take that and times it by 4 and put that number.
Have you ever had one of those job applications online where you apply and it's like, please upload your resume. And then you upload your resume and then it's like, please enter your work history. And I'm like, but I just uploaded my resume.
It's on the resume.
Like that. Why?
Bruh. He's going to charge back, watch. Dimension, yeah, to speed up development. Everyone works from home, but I definitely see more yaks killed on Jira. Split the money, I don't care. Gucci, thank you so much for the donations. I know they're not going to me, but I appreciate you, even if Josh doesn't. He does appreciate you. I'm just trolling him. He definitely does. Trust me. Patrick, why are you trying to blacklist yourself by saying you fluff on your resume. I never said that I lied on my resume.
You don't fluffing up your resume just means adding the words that you're supposed to on your resume. So
It's like the difference between saying that you are you worked as a cash register person, or you said that you handled the money for a multi-million-dollar company. It's just two different ways of saying the same thing, but one sounds more professional. I don't lie, and I do not ever encourage anyone to lie on their resume.
Don't lie on your resume.
And we'll know if you lie.
Boom, done. Why do you feel so qualified to give advice when you're just a junior dev with 3 years experience, literally 0 college degree? I have a college degree. It's not computer science, but I don't think that matters. So
Well, I don't understand.
You sound like you're from Reddit. You must be from Reddit. So welcome aboard. Happy to have you. Next question.
Let's see. Junior isn't 3 years experience. I never said lying, go boy. I said lying is bad. Let's see. I think no thanks is that dude who made the post that got deleted by the subreddit mods.
That was the second post.
That's so funny. He got deleted for being too vague. Anyone can give advice, you don't have to take it. It's true. Advice is opinions, and you don't always have to agree with opinions because everyone has opinions, just like they have buttholes. So you guys started off at a coding boot camp. I was in college, and so was he. He's got a degree. I have an AS, but I went to Lambda, and you went to Dev Mountain. What was the whiteboard like? I had to recreate a stack in JavaScript. And all the methods, that are associated with it. Josh is the realest person on YouTube. He kind of is.
Everyone just says I'm bitter and resentful and I'm salty, and I'm not. Like, I'm a nice dude. I think I'm a nice guy. I'm just not nice to people who bent me over first, okay?
Don't listen to the Patricks of the world. There's actually a dude named Patrick at my job, too. It's always confusing. Stop trying to grab my hand, Josh. I know you want to hold hands, but...
It's the only physical interaction I get as a YouTuber.
He tried to get in bed with me.
Wait, hold on. This is how we get demonetized, Patrick.
He told me to get up. That's why. I heard devs get... Okay, I'm not going to say that. Definitely not. Yeah, Josh, he is a nice guy. See, the thing that people don't understand, and this is why they get salty, is that like all the YouTubers that aren't saying what Josh says really think that deep down. They don't want to work in the industry anymore. That's why they're doing YouTube.
Look. Patrick likes his job, and I'm like, great, Patrick. You work your job. You, do your thing. That's great. You got a good job. And I'm like, but just don't get complacent. That's it. Look out for you. Make sure they don't start making you work 100 hours a week. Look out for you, and then you do what you want. Do it yourself. Go get a better company. I don't care, right? Like, it's cool. It's all good.
I work in a cubicle, and he doesn't tell me that I'm wasting my life or wasting my time and that I should be more entrepreneurial like all these people are saying. He encourages it to do what I enjoy because it's what I enjoy.
When I say like go do it yourself or go do what you enjoy. If that means work a company and climb a ladder, go do it, man. I like grapes. I like you. Thank you.
Michael Lee, you are breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
I use a boot camp as well to help your resume. No, the resume came after the boot camp, not before. When would you consider applying for dev jobs? See, that's such a hard and broad. I don't think you ever feel like you're ever prepared to apply for them because that's the impostor syndrome. I think you should just apply and do your best. That's all you can do. And every interview is a learning experience. So don't be scared and take that first step. You guys got this, I promise. My name is definitely not Rick. I can tell you that much.
Devin, what up, dude?
Why the heck, Devin? Why you not here?
Wait a minute now.
Pocket, why are you not here, my friend? You said you would come.
How many of your coworkers are self-taught?
Only my team lead actually has a degree out of everyone on our team. Fun fact.
I'm gonna go get some food. Carry the stream. All right. Bye.
I will carry.
All right,
I will
sir.
carry this.
Please
All
don't
right.
get me demonetized.
I won't. All right, boys. It's time for ASMR with Patrick. First thing we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna answer some questions, and then you guys tell me if you like the tingles. I'm salty. Has gotten extremely. You don't need a degree to give advice. Advice is, like I said, just an opinion. You can choose to follow it or not. Just because you don't like his opinion doesn't mean that he's wrong. We actually just started using Docker. So the week that I got hired, they introduced Docker into our workflow. Oh man, I love it so much. I really do like Docker. I'm rewriting all our tests so that they can run in our Docker container. And we're basing our merge requests off of if those pass. Patrick, when do you plan to get... I have a girlfriend. Where do I host my portfolio? So I hosted mine on Netlify, and then I got a custom domain, and routed the domain DNS or whatever it is so it'll reroute to that. Let's see. To be honest, degrees are overrated. See, the thing with degrees is it depends on the market. Now, would you trust a doctor or an open heart surgeon who doesn't have a degree and went to a boot camp? No, of course you wouldn't. Computer science is just one of those industries where if you're good, you'll get a job. And that's what makes it more beneficial. If you're good at the job, then don't go into debt to get the degree. Is it hard to find people to socialize with other than your coworkers? No, everyone at my company is really, really nice, and they're very welcoming and open. It's really nice. What did you put as work experience in your application? So if you don't have work experience in the industry, you remove that section and you put in projects, because projects are the next best thing to experience if you haven't worked. So that's what I did. Travis CI and Jest testing? No, so we work in Angular, so we're using Karma with Jasmine for testing. But I couldn't get a good client. Any heads up would be appreciated. I don't know about the freelance stuff. You'll have to ask Josh about that. Do you think someone already working with Electron, React, Redux, Firebase, etc. will benefit from Lambda School program? I can't tell you that, Fear. If you feel like you have a good grasp on those concepts, it might be redundant for you to go through that. I can't make that determination for you. Everyone has, what's best for them. I can't tell you that Lambda will be the better.
It's so funny to see my name tagged for questions for you. Josh. Patrick, please.
Hi, Patrick. My question for freelance work with that experience in self-taught was because my mom is sick and I have depression, so I can't leave my... I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry to hear about that. I don't know what to say to that. Try to find time to do it, I guess. It's hard, man.
Go on Google Maps and start looking for companies around you that need improved websites. That's the easiest way to get your foot in the door, just to build websites, just to make a couple bucks.
Let's see, Wadu or Shroud. What was my best project at Lambda? I would say my labs project, the Eat Well application. Basically, we made a food tracking app that's not for calorie counting, but for tracking how certain foods make you feel, and you can export that to show it to your doctor. I was really proud of that because my father has type 2 diabetes, and so it was something that I could bounce off him and kind of learn and make a good app for that. Let's see. Are you developing on Ubuntu? No, we are not. We're on Windows 10. And then, we deploy to a cloud server that's running some kind of Linux server. I'm helping dev working with them for a game called The Forge Arena, but I intend to go through Lambda School regardless and see what it provides. I recommend it to others. That's good, Fear. If you can make the determination based off of your skill level and feel that Lambda School is a good choice for you, then more power to you, man. I'm not using Ubuntu for developing. I'm using Windows 10. What's my GitHub, Patrick? It's Patrick the Code Guy. So just github.com/Patrick the Code Guy.
Boot camp. All right. So just do me a favor and click hide on that. Got some more Redditors in here, I guess. And then right, mouse over him again.
Of course, you don't need a computer Okay. Of course, you don't need a computer science degree to get a job. What is your point? Yes, you can get a poverty junior dot like he got, but you won't get a. Well, do you expect to come out of college with a senior degree, senior job? I don't think that's how it works. Do I lift? Of course I don't. Look how fat I am. We're pleading with the company to try to switch from Windows 10 to MacBooks. Just started CS and Lambda. I'm so lost. Any advice? Ask questions, man. You're paying the money. Bug your TAs. Bug your PMs. Bug the instructors. Try to get as many of those questions you have answered. And just pair program. It's always better to work together and bounce ideas off of each other. You were noticed, Danish.
Does Dev Mountain have an ISA? No, and they have no guarantee at all. And it's only 3 months.
I'm currently not committing anymore on that GitHub right now because all my work is private and is on GitLab, so I can't kind of share that work. Do you think a degree is overrated? I think it depends on who it is. So if it depends on your situation and it depends on what value you get out of it.
You're so much nicer than me, Patrick.
It sounds toxic because he doesn't discourage college. That's such a big misconception. He says it depends on who you are and your situation. He personally doesn't believe that college is necessary to get a job, and that's obviously true.
For this industry or
for this
certain
industry.
Industries, like obviously be a doctor, yeah, I'm not going to let you operate on me without a degree. Civil engineer, I'm not going to drive over the bridge you built without a degree. Stuff like you build a rocket that's got some, astronauts on it. No, you're not sending my astronauts without a degree. So obviously stuff like that. But I think that you should be self-taught in this specific niche anyways. Just because you go to get a CS degree doesn't mean you're not self-taught. The college professor's going to walk in all these big-name universities and you're going to have a class of like 300 people and this big announcement room, and he's going to say, all right, there you go, pages 67 to 75, and then he's going to walk out. And you paid $6,000 for that. Okay? You're self-taught anyways.
How do I get a job on Upwork? I don't know. I've never used Upwork. Did Lambda help you land your job in Austin? No. Connections, networking did. You're a YouTube content. You quit programming. Just because he, decided he wanted to leave his job doesn't mean he's not a software engineer anymore. He's been in the industry. And yes, Reddit is here.
Everyone says that I failed out because I'm a garbage dev. I optionally chose to leave the industry. And everyone says, well, your boss said I was disappointed in you and you didn't do good work. What about the part where I went to, what about the part where I went to his office and I asked for help and the other devs wouldn't help me and no one would help me and then I get punished for that?
Actually, Fire Noodle, a lot of the FANG companies don't even require it anymore. What's your advice for networking? If you don't have a LinkedIn, I would advise you to get on there now, make it as professional looking as possible, and start connecting with people, even in your industry. Go to meetups, ask if you can connect with them on LinkedIn, get that network going. Tech stack, sorry for my tech stack at work is we're Angular on the front end. We use Karma Jasmine for testing. Middleware is SOAP service and REST services. SOAP is done in Java, and REST is done in Python with Django, I believe. And then the back end is Oracle DB.
Okay, so no thanks. Oh, I remember. We were just reading you. I was just reading your comment on that second thread, where you were just like, he has no computer science degree. He failed out. Yeah, I saw all your comments on that thread. You basically have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm not going to hide you from the channel because I believe in free speech. So if you want to hate on me and drive my engagement up and pad my pockets, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Some other dude said, do you think employers require degrees? I mean, they soft require, like they say preferred. Some just flat out require. But most of the time it says preferred.
I will say this. There are some jobs now that actually say that like a Lambda school cert is a good replacement for a degree. I still have the photo somewhere. I should probably send that to you, Josh, and you can share it with everyone. Let's see. Yeah, just ignore them. He
Oh, no,
wants
I have to
just-
yell because like the mic is turned sideways, and so I'm
Yeah,
not.
oh, yeah,
I'm not
oh,
hitting.
yeah.
I'm not hitting the mic.
Let's see. Do you pull the entire code base using Docker when you work locally, or is it only part of the code? Workflow is depending on the project you're on. You pull down the repo if it's not already. You look at your tickets that have been assigned on Jira, and then if you have any like blockers, you send that to the correct person, like the middleware team or the backend team. You say that you're working on the ticket. You start logging your hours, and then you start working on the code. If you're a junior like me, you have to put that one of the more senior or middle tier developers on the team get their approval for it, and then that gets pulled in, and then a new build is deployed using Docker.
All right, Patrick, you got to review. You got to review his.
Oh Jesus! All right,
It's not gonna work. You can't copy and paste from OBS. It's the worst program ever. So go to my tab down there. No, the one with the beaker, on the right. The one with the beaker. No, to the right. To the beaker. To the left. To the left. Dude, it's right next to Steam.
Why am I
To the
so
right of
bad?
Steam. Click
This
that.
one.
Yeah. Now you have to type it in.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Your thing's so far away.
Is Sublime a good text? Use VS Code. So you have to put on this screen and put OBS over here. There.
All right, let's see.
And then click this. In-game top bottom support. All right.
Let's see. I'm Cosmin, a front-end web developer, graphic designer, and SEO specialist, living in Chicago. Design and build web apps. Resume. Let's see what that is. Don't need this. This is redundant.
Skills look good though. I like the organized skills. Got all the links. Education at the bottom. That's fine.
Skills are great. Links need to be hyperlinked. Hyperlink it so I can just click it. Takes too long to copy and paste. For your work experience, it would be better if you bullet pointed them so that I have a more concise and clear way to see it. This looks like a paragraph of text for me. I'm going to take 5 seconds and just get off it.
Yeah, you gotta add some bullet points. You gotta organize those. You got led efforts provided, strategic. Okay, so you got your action verbs in there. It looks good.
Just bullet point it. It looks really good though. Let's see. Web development, graphic design. Okay, I get the services. I understand
I
what
want to see your projects.
I understand what I'm here for. Where are your projects? Oh, here we go. Blue Clean is a company that provides an easy way. You don't. I would add a tab for your. Oh, okay, never mind. Work. It's a company that provides an easy. Maybe rename that to projects. Something that's more. Just specific, I guess, explicit. Let's view the website. Blue Clean, home residential sign in.
Does this work?
Does this actually work? Am I making a request here? It's clear.
Are we gonna do more streams? Yeah, we're gonna do another one tomorrow. And then he has to go. He's got to go back on Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, so it actually works. Upfront pricing. Looks really good.
We were gonna do a video of reviewing portfolio projects. Hold on. Expand that again. No, expand that again, and then go back. Go back to his tab. Yeah. And then.
I was gonna see if it's mobile friendly. That was all.
You're gonna dox me because of the background tab.
Yeah, sorry about that, friend.
Yeah, it's okay.
Animal Friends, fun game for kids to help them discover world of animals and the sounds they make. Okay, I assume because it's mobile, you can't see it online. 2 projects. Maybe get a third or fourth one in there. 2's a little too little. This looks really good though. I would
inspect this. What's this made with?
Let me see.
Go to sources. Nothing. What's it? Script tags? Chunk vendors. Oh, it's all minified stuff.
Okay.
Looks good. I like it. Are we hosting a meetup? No, Patrick just came to visit me. Because he promised he'd visit at 100K.
Cool. Looks good, man. Looks very good. It's
Go.
very professional and clean. Wait, I need to check one thing.
You're mobile friendly.
Yes.
Dude, this better be. It looks too good to not be.
Move the button in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see if this website's also. That was my intention originally.
I'm not successful because of my software engineering skills. I'm successful because of my YouTube channel.
Just ignore them.
That's interesting.
Picture doesn't scale. Just a critique. But this looks good. Looks solid, man. Yeah, I like it. Looks really good. Congratulations. This would get you an interview.
Is Patrick going to sleep on some clean sheets? Yeah, he actually got clean sheets and stuff. He's good to go.
What do I look like?
He's good.
Don't judge someone for not having a degree. Yeah. The big clouds used by most companies are Google Cloud, AWS, and Azure. Oh, yeah, we use Azure at my job. Like DigitalOcean for small yes, DigitalOcean's really good. I think DigitalOcean also has a CDN for people, right?
Yeah, they do.
Isn't Cloudflare?
Yeah, because I have it.
Yes. What other books would you recommend? That's your domain, my friend.
What other books would you recommend? Unscripted and Robert Greene. Yeah, so Crushing It is good. The 5-Second Rule, Atomic Habits is a good one. You got the, I think it's like Mark Manson's book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Shit. I don't know, there's a lot of books. MJ DeMarco's books are good. Gary V's Crushing It is good, etc., etc.
Oh wait, you from that video?
No,
Yeah.
dude, this is a different guy. This is just my friend.
I'm a different Patrick.
It's not. He's the guy that we're both getting paid like $8,000 per Lambda video.
Josh, we're not supposed to talk about that.
We don't get paid. That's not how this works. I just was like, hey, dude, and Patrick messaged me like a year and a half ago. He's like, Josh. He sends me a meme. He's like, bro, I watch your vids, and he shoots me like this Mr. Krabs meme, and I was like, you seem like the type of guy I'd like to talk to.
Because you said something. You said at the beginning of the first Friday, you're like, hi guys, I'm Joshua Fluke, and I'll be like shadowing the thing, and I watched Josh like before, and so I was like, Josh, hey, I know you, and you like DM'd me, and you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on, and I sent you like a meme, and you're like, I think we're gonna get along just fine.
Sounds good to me.
And then you're like, hey, do you want me to like shadow you? And I'm like, sure, that'd be fun.
Tell us about your marriage.
We're not married.
No. You were. I'm not anymore. But you got.
I have to finish the divorce. Yeah. You heard I have a child? Yes, I do. I have 2. With a master's.
Wes, later, dude. Thanks for hanging.
Hey Ryan, yeah, I did. We did interview him. I'm not going to like talk too much about it. But I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say too much. Doesn't believe in marriage. What about you? I've been burned the same way Josh has with marriage, so I don't know if I'll ever get married.
Look, man, you want to get married, go get married. I didn't say I don't believe in marriage. I just said I would never do it again. I don't get anything out of it. If you believe in it, you're free to believe in whatever you want. That's the beauty of belief. That's it. Notice me, Bart. I noticed you, dude. What's up?
See, is AWS good to learn if you're... I think AWS is really just widely accepted and used. It's just kind of good to know, considering the market share. Thoughts on Jira? I hate it. Follow for follow on Twitter. If you're following me already, I probably followed you back.
Do you think Lambda will be life-changing, according to Jace? Well, it's pretty changing for his life.
I mean, look at me.
I'm Mr. Meesey.
You know what's funny about people saying that like you're obviously getting paid by Lambda to do this? The thing is it'd be against the law for Josh not to say that he's sponsored. So his channel would have been deactivated and disabled a long time ago, and he'd probably be dealing with getting sued.
One company tried to get me to that. They're like, "Can we just give you the link and you just put that in the description?" And I was like, "According to the FCC, that is illegal." And they're like, "Oh, didn't know about that." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna have my entire channel ruined because you want to give me $200 and have me hide a little link at the bottom. That's not how this works." I guess I'm not salty, guys. I just feel a little bit fired up because apparently there's a lot of people that have misinterpreted a lot of what I've said. Maybe it's just because of we're not like sitting down, like having a drink, and just talking it out. You just take what I say at face value. Please don't do that. Take everything with a grain of salt and apply it to your own experience.
Patrick, what do you think about PHP? Do you use it? Would you? I kind of want to learn PHP. I know it's making a comeback because of Laravel.
Dude, Laravel is bae.
And so it's becoming popular again. I need to learn it. Especially with older technologies, it's just good to know. Especially like if you get hired for a job that wants you to take the old code and turn it into the new code. I think it just makes it easier. I'm going to learn it probably with Laravel. I'm about to go get my AS, and I just feel like I'm going nowhere in life. I know I'm young, but I just want to follow my passions and create something. I just feel lost. Maybe we all think this, and you are correct. C-quality. We, especially in college, I was the same exact way. You just feel like you have all these ideas that you just want to make and produce, but you just don't have the tools yet, and you haven't quite learned what it takes to make that. And it's just this weird kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a purgatory of, like emotion. And so my encouragement would be, yes, it's very valid feeling. Just put your head down, put your nose to the grindstone, learn what you need to learn. And then once you feel a little bit more confident, go out and build it. It's a learning experience, and we only learn the fastest when we fail. So don't be afraid to fail. Did you ever have spaghetti code, and what did you do to stop that? Commenting almost every line helped me with a lot of the spaghetti code. One thing we did in CS for Lambda that I really enjoyed during the CS portion was that if you have a problem that you're going to tackle, write down separate lines for each step that you're going to take, and then underneath those commented lines, write the code for it. And that's really helped structure my code. And then just use linting. Linting's really good. I'd love to see your resume, bro. You can if you go to patricktportfolio.com.
See, this is where I'd have to stop him and be like, "Patrick, make some money off of that." That's where the business Josh comes in at.
And see, that's not what I'm about. That's what Josh is about. And he doesn't hate on me for it.
But just more like business.
Yeah, and he doesn't hate on me for it.
I just want you to make a couple extra bucks. That's all. Buy your kids a new toy.
I'm not allowed to, Josh.
That's true.
What's my age? I'm 26, and I've been through a lot of stuff from 18 to 26. So I'd say I'm a little bit more seasoned as a person. But don't let that get you down. I'm still human, and I still make mistakes still. So I'm a beginner. How to improve coding in C# by coding every day. Guys, PHP is just dope. I heard it is. I really want to learn it.
It's JavaScript with dollar signs.
Wait, I just joined. Who is he? I am Patrick Thompson. I am Joshua Fluke's friend. Patrick, best use of CSS in my option SCSS. Yeah, we use Sass at work. Sass is good. Honestly, between the two preprocessors, Less and Sass, same thing with some minor differences. Learn one, you learn the other. What do I do for a living? I'm a software engineer web 1. That's my official title. Lots of PHP jobs in SoCal. Yes, there are. There's a lot. Laravel or CodeIgniter? I don't know CodeIgniter, but I hear Laravel's really good, and it's kind of picking up market share, so might be worth looking into.
Laravel's been around forever, and then people come back to it, and they leave, and then PHP, and then they come back.
I'm actually learning PHP now. Any tips? It's the same tips that I would just apply to any new language. Keep up with it. After 4 weeks, don't just stop. Maybe use it in a couple projects, and just kind of refresh yourself every time. That way you don't lose it. You don't want to, if you don't use it, you lose it. So just kind of keep on top of it. Okay, Fear, I'll follow you back, buddy. I promise. How much SQL do I know? I know Postgres and I know MySQL. And at my job, I'm going to learn some Oracle DB, Oracle SQL. I do PHP and Perl and just want to step down to C, but it's a little different. C is, it's very strict, and it's probably as low level as you can get besides maybe C++, or, well, obviously assembly. I've been coding for 1 to 2 hours every day for almost 2 weeks, but I'll have to leave for 2 days. Pretty much impossible for me to go when I'm back. Do you suggest anything so I don't worsen? There are apps for your phone you can download to practice code. I would suggest downloading one of those when you go. Can you give me a full roadmap for full stack web dev? Actually, Josh can. If you go to his website, grindrail.com. Do you work for a small startup? How many people? I work for a big company, a really big company. Been around for a long time, over 200 years. SAS is good, but you can be lost if you forget something. SCSS is better for that with the brackets. From my understanding, SCSS is the same as SAS, but with more organization. We use SCSS at my job, not just SAS. Does reading code help you write code? I consider anything where you're trying to learn, whether that's fingers on the keyboard, reading a book, or looking at other code, to be coding. So whatever you can do to keep involved and keep your brain on the subject, I would definitely recommend. Do you follow people? I've been following you for a bit. Show some love maybe on Twitter. I will show you some love here, I promise. Bart Simpson, thanks for the 69.
I like the one where he's on the bus and he's like, I'm in trouble.
Thoughts on the newer languages like Go or Rust? I really like Rust. Concurrency, either one's really good, but concurrency is going to be the future. Hey Eddie, how's it going, bro?
Why is Josh a resume reseller? What?
Who?
I don't know.
Just ignore him.
Yeah, he's just hating. He's just a Redditor. It's all good.
Let's see. Can you give that link or something? I can't spell it correctly. I talk about your. Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna type it as Josh.
Is there a big difference between SCSS and SAS? No, they're basically the same.
That's my resume link. If you guys want to go check it out, I'm just using HTML5 up. Totally upfront and honest. Just ignore him. Yeah, Eddie's here. Eddie, the man with the plan, the open source genius.
Hold on. 1 second. Just let me do something real quick. I don't have time for this. And I don't have time for this. And all right. Carry on.
All right. Let's see. How are you liking Austin, Texas? Also, will the company be paying you to further your education as well if you do plan with school? So I really like Austin. It's really hot though, but you kind of get used to it after a while. Let's see. The company will pay for my education after a certain amount of time being there, but it would be part-time while I'm working full-time. And if I did plan to go back to school, I would just attend University of Texas. They have a bachelor's program there, and it would be free for me. So that's pretty cool. No, Eddie, you rock, bro. You rock. Fiber Hive. I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny. What's my job title? My official job title is Software Engineer Web 1. Hi, Dima. Let's see. I cannot tell you how much I'm getting paid. Tips for 300K job straight out of college. Well, first, bring your expectations down a little. You're not going to probably see something like that unless you're a senior in the Bay Area or principal. But I would say if you want your best chances at getting, just a good job straight out of college, make sure you're doing internships and make sure you're keeping in contact and networking with people from your internships. Let's see. I go to UT. Oh, hey, cool. Nice. I hope maybe we'll see each other sometime. Any thoughts on cybersecurity jobs? I have no experience in that, so I can't really give an opinion on it. It's either way for me. But I can't imagine, and I don't know. I think Live Overflow would be probably better for these kind of questions, but I think that cybersecurity is just an ever-growing field anyway. But security is not really a number one concern. Facebook. Any experience with Jenkins or Kubernetes? Yes, I've used Kubernetes with Docker. Let's see. Web. Yeah, so technically I'm junior. It's just Software Engineer 1, but they put like a comma with web for my title. What's my job title mean? It means I'm a junior software engineer who works on the front end. What's your thoughts on data analytics? 100% needed for a lot of machine learning and for just, business analytics. You kind of need it in this world. Let's see. Is your website hosted for free or do you pay every month? So the domain I pay for because it's a custom domain, but it's hosted for free on Netlify. Currently in my junior year of high school, so I'd have about 2 years of self-learning experience. By then I should try to look for a job or a boot camp. That's really up to you, Shadow. If you feel that in your personal, where you are personally, if you feel that a boot camp makes more sense for you, I encourage you to try it out. Maybe Lambda, maybe Dev Mountain. If you feel like college is the better route for you and you want to go through a more traditional education, then you go ahead and do that too. What's important is that you're always learning and you're always, every day is a new day and every day you're learning something new. So that's the better advice to give you. I shouldn't tell you how you should look for your education. Let's see. Have a good one, Shin. For the company you work, do you work fully remote? So right now I can work from home 2 days a week. After 6 months, it can go up to 3 days a week. No questions asked, and I still get paid for it. Kubernetes, it's hard to explain. It's just cloud services, just like Docker would be, but it's like containers. I haven't used it in a while. You'd have to go relook it up. Thank you, Weblog. I know I am a massive inspiration. Thank you so much. Just kidding. I appreciate it, man. Unless that was to Josh, then thanks a lot. Who handles my SEO? I don't know if that's a Josh question or not. That app you did at Lambda, what language did you use to do that? So we did React Redux with Postgres on the back end. Wait, not Dev Mountain, Patrick. I'm saying keep your options open. Just because I went to Lambda doesn't mean you have to. But if you feel like it, there's a link below, an affiliate link. Josh gets a little bit of kickback, and he would appreciate it if you click it. Are IT certs valued in the programming world? I don't know. I can't give an opinion on that. I think they are. I know that for our database guys, Oracle certs are really good. Currently doing Java.
How are you holding it?
Currently doing Java. Any
300
tips?
people?
Keep it up. Keep it up, Mandy. It's hard, but like anything in life, nothing's worth it unless there's hard work involved. I know the chat is going fast. It's hard to keep up, Eddie. I just showed your Lambda link in the description down below. Hey, who are you, new dev? I'm Patrick. I went to Lambda school, and I think Josh followed me. But then again, he might have deleted the videos. Who knows? Do you think someone over 40 is wasting time trying to get into coding? No. You're never too old to get into coding. If you have a passion for it and you want to learn, I suggest you do it. We have a man named Craig. He's in our Discord. He's over 40, and he's still learning, and he's doing an awesome job. So you're never too old.
Did you catch the game last?
Obviously not. Let's see. Do non-web dev projects in your portfolio count for anything, such as making desktop apps, video games, scripts, services? I think anything that you're proud of and want to show off and shows hard work and dedication is worth showing off. If you're going into a web dev job, you want to show web dev projects. But I think what's more important is showing that you have a want and a need to learn and to move and to improve. And that's what a job likes, is someone who can learn and, move fast. How much experience did you have with web dev before Lambda? 0. The only experience I had before Lambda was C++. At your work, do they issue out Dells or ThinkPads? I have a Dell, and I actually have it with me in the living room. Let's see. Did you catch the game? No. What you do? I'm a software engineer. I'm junior software engineer.
Do you think an AS is worth it? Maybe. It depends on how much you pay and what they're teaching you.
I got my AS for $0.
That's nice.
I wouldn't say I'm knowledgeable. I just, I just say what I think, my opinion. I'm just nicer about it than Josh is.
I'm nice.
Someone said, man, you're such an inspiration. I'm like, oh, thank you. But I was like, if that's for Josh, then Thanks a lot.
I was watching the Witcher trailer. You saw that new Witcher trailer on Netflix that just came out like 9 hours ago. I was just like, I was watching. I didn't want to get demonetized because of the music.
Austin's a really cool dude. For the couple of times that I met him, he's really down to earth. He's not kind of, he's not like a snooty CEO, and he really works hard to make sure that everyone who's a student at his school is taken care of. So, if that's important to you, that's a factor you should consider. How much did you apply before landing to this position? So, between when I graduated and the time I got hired, I had sent out over 1,000 applications. I had, if I remember the analytics right, 46 interviews.
Was it really 1,000?
Yeah, over 1,000. 46 interviews. Of those 46, 23 moved on past the first stage. Of those 23, 5 gave me offers.
That's nuts.
What's the difference between software engineer versus software developer? Just the title. You basically do the same thing. Some jobs might consider software engineers system architects, but that's usually far and few between.
You're not. You're just a low-level engineer, Patrick.
How do you deal with laziness? The best way to get, so people talk about like, well, how do you stay inspired? How do you stay motivated? The secret sauce is you force yourself out of bed and put your finger on the keyboard, and that's when the motivation starts.
Just go watch my last video.
We actually talked about it.
Literally that.
How extensive is your experience in C++? I could rewrite you I could make you an AVL tree in C++ from scratch if you wanted me to. And for those who don't know, an AVL tree is a self-balancing BST tree. Do you consider yourself a coding ninja? No, definitely not. Far from it.
No, because you're a rock star or a Jedi. You're not a code ninja, okay? You're
Wrong science fiction. After Lambda, how confident were you in your skills as far as being job ready? Not at all. But I mean, no one really is actually. This is what I would say. If you feel like you're confident in your ability to code, you're probably either a principal engineer or you're full of. I think that anyone coming out, me included, we don't know what it means to be job ready. We've never had a job in the industry. It's really just applying and trying your hardest and learning from those experiences.
And you have to gauge feeling like you're job ready based on what you feel like you can do for a code test. Mark, thank you for the $1.
Of course not, Matthew. I was definitely not qualified for all 1,000 jobs, but I applied anyway because getting a response is better than not applying at all. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
So being qualified for the job application and being qualified for the company to be able to do work there is very different. Those are two very different things. There's a job posting, great. You don't fit the little checkboxes on the job posting. But that doesn't mean that there's not a job at the company or some work at the company you could negotiate yourself into. So apply.
Possible to date at your job? No, you're not allowed to have inner job romances.
Looks like we got a breakup, Patrick.
Sorry, Josh. Is it really important to study everything related to a language? You'll never learn 100% of a language. It's just good to get really familiar with it and understand the inner workings of it. Or for one language at the very least before you move on to something else, because you can transfer that knowledge to different languages. A lot of it still applies. It's just different syntax. I get motivated by disgust with my industry. You should ask Josh about that one. He gets motivated by not having to sit in a cubicle.
Look, it's nothing against that. It's a lot more to it.
What about big consulting companies like Accenture? See, I don't know. I'm weird about Accenture. Like, I don't like Reviture, Accenture, all those places that do like they hire the devs, they train them a little, and then they like market them out to businesses for projects. I feel weird about that. I don't know why. It just seems kind of slimy, and they underpay them. Like one of the guys who got a job at Accenture from Lambda, he's making like $50K a year, and that's like $40K under what a junior dev makes in his area. It's bad.
Aaron, Lambda's not 6 months. Lambda's a year.
It's a year now.
And
it was 9 months when I went.
Yeah, Lambda is 1 year, and it teaches you web dev and CS. College is 1 year, and you're saying it's 30,000. Obviously, the choice is pretty clear. Like, if you could have actual skills enough to get a job for 30,000, then go do that, and not have to pay anything until you get a job. making a minimum amount. College doesn't care about that either.
I just think it's up to you what you consider value out of it. Yeah, maybe you might pay $30,000 for a year at Lambda or $30,000 for a year at college, but everyone's situation is different. Not everyone can commit 1 year to Lambda. Some people need to be able to take the part-time in college, and that's, like I said, it just depends on who you are, and I would never say that one is better than the other. It's just depending on you and your situation.
Well, what you can say objectively is that there is no guarantee for college, and there is at Lambda. That is not an opinion. That is, college says pay up front, or you can't go. Lambda says you don't pay us anything until you get a job. If you don't get a job, you don't pay. That's just an objective fact. Other than that, right, you do you.
And at college, if you take out a loan, regardless of if you have a job in 6 months or not, you have to pay it back. Lambda, they wait until you get one for 5 years. And if you never get a job within 5 years, you don't owe anything. I've never been to Flatiron School, so I have no opinion on it, but I think Josh has an opinion on it.
Me?
Yes.
They teach Ruby. I think it's fine. I think
Ruby just has such a low market share now. It's not.
Well, okay. Flatiron's ISA is not good. That's my beef with Flatiron. It's just the ISA. The ISA, if you choose that, I don't think is a good route because it's $40,000. Doesn't matter what industry. Or it's 10% of your salary, and you have to make $40,000 in order to pay back. But it doesn't matter what industry. So if you go to Flatiron, you don't get a job, and you get a job, selling donuts, whatever, make $40K a year. You got to pay 10% back for 4 years. Lambda's like, no, you only got to pay. Well, you only got to pay if you get a job in the industry. So that whole in the industry condition, right? If you go to Lambda, you get a job selling donuts, you don't pay because they didn't give you a job in the industry. Flatiron says, we don't care. You went and you took our time, you pay. I don't like that.
How do you handle pressure as a college student, Josh?
So the only way, it's kind of one of those situations where how do you handle pressure? I think maybe you're looking for a solution to relieve the pressure. How you relieve the pressure is go through it. What's your other option? To just quit? Because then what's the other option? You have to keep going. You're in it, you have to keep going. Unless you have a plan B already in place, the way to alleviate it is to keep going.
Shadow, you asked, are the success rates of being hired within Lambda posted? Yes, they've actually been, they have their results posted with what's SIR, which is a reporting company that has a very strict set of rules.
It's CIRR.
CIRR. They've posted with them, and so they don't do what I think a Hack Reactor does, which is have some kind of internal statistic company do it for them. I think they actually refuse to let SIR do it for them.
I think Flatiron got popped for once for kind of inflating their numbers way back.
To answer your question, Mohammed, you don't have to learn all the languages to get a job. I suggest getting really good at one language and something that you enjoy, that it's known for being good in, and then going from there.
Dude, if we were side by side in a podcast, everyone would be like, Patrick is so positive, and everyone would be like, why is Josh such a hater all the time? That's probably what they would say. They'd be like, Patrick is so happy and positive, trying to help people. What's wrong with Josh? Get him off the podcast. I can already see that.
We should call it Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Good cop, real cop.
What was the hardest question you've been asked during any of your interviews? I'm assuming whiteboard, algo related. Yeah, so let me think. It was probably for the Fang company. Let's see, what was it they Oh yeah, they asked me to basically...
Can I make it by being good at CSX, UX? For a UI, UX position, probably.
I think I had to rewrite a red-black tree from scratch for them. What they would do is you would write it on their whiteboard, and then they have a guy with a computer, and he'll take that code, put it in the computer, and run it. And if it fails the first time, you fail the code challenge.
You guys consider App Academy? Not really, no. It's shorter. It's shorter and it's almost the same price. So I think it's $28,000 for 3 months versus 1 year for $30,000. So I would take App Academy doesn't teach computer science stuff. And it's really close to the same price.
Riku, you could say that Josh is just Finnish.
He caught a little bit of being Finnish.
He's
What?
just Finnish
So
with
thing
the
Finnish
BS.
People, yeah, no, Finnish people are like really serious. Like they just say it straight. They say it how it is, and that's what I learned in Finland. The most, like, I went to Finland as a little baby back bitch. Okay, I'm just being real here. I was like all sensitive, and I was like, "How are you today?" And everyone's like, "Why are you talking to me?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, I think it's just nice. I just want to get to know you." And they're like, "No, you don't. You just want to talk to me." And I was like, "So? I'm just trying to be nice." And they're like, "Okay, well, talk to me if you have something important to say." And that's Finnish culture. And the people here in the U.S. are like, "You're just being a dick."
Alan, I might be a nice guy, but you can take that opinion about Diet Dr. Pepper being better than Diet Coke. You can roll it up into a little ball, and you can insert it into your
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
No, I don't work for a faint company. At least, I work for a big company, but they don't specialize in the tech sector, so I wouldn't consider it FANG. Have we thought about making a video game together? I literally tell Josh almost every day, let's make a VR game together. And he's like,
What? Wait, hold on. No, what?
Patrick, what does it matter? Experience versus good marks in college. Well, the better question is, what do you think a job cares more about? That you got an A+ in that one class, or that you have good projects that show you know what you're doing? And just in case you don't know, it's not the grades. Whoa, where'd the good cop go? I just turned into bad cop. I have been an app dev for 12 years after doing CS. The complexity of dev is smaller and easier to progress. The downside is learning new code. I had to learn Python on back. Python's a great language, though. Out of all of the languages, if you think about it, like you could have learned C++ from the get-go, but Python, I like Python a lot.
It's got a lot of utility.
Who is Patrick? I don't even know who Patrick is.
Literally nobody.
Literally a no one.
Literally who?
Did you have to sign a non-compete to work there? Yes, I did. I cannot officially make any money on the side doing any kind of coding.
But it doesn't follow you after you're done.
Exactly. If I quit my job or if I get let go or fired or whatever, it stops. It's shredded.
You're not allowed to side hustle any code related stuff.
Right.
That's the thing. But he could side hustle like an Uber driver, but he just can't side hustle code.
But do I want to?
Yeah. But that's the non-compete and it expires. So. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. Guilames. Any interview with sorting or recursion, they will ask you questions about the differences between like iterative versus recursive strategies. Like one question I had with the FANG company I had was, they said, what's better, iterative or recursion? And it's a trick question because it depends on the situation. And so unless you have an understanding of both, you might answer that wrong. Jobs do that, WTF? Yes, they do. They very much do. But not in California. If you live in California, non-competes are actually against the law. How to be motivated for studying again after a break during studies. Pick up the book as much as you don't want to and start reading, and then the motivation will start flowing. That's a no moonlighting clause. It's all put together with non-compete. I can't work for any companies that do the same stuff that we do for my job, and I'm not allowed to code as a side hustle. It's all put together. I read the whole thing. Like can you have multiple personalities? Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're diagnosed with it. How to prepare for a decent algo. One book that I swear by is Cracking the Coding Interview. Grab the most recent edition and go through that and try to do that. Leak code is always fun if you want to do some kind of like online whiteboarding. It's not lead code. HackerRank. Is it HackerRank where you can like challenge people to coding? Yeah. That one's fun also. So I want to learn Python, but I don't know where to start. I'm watching a course on YouTube, and the little task he gives you after each section I can't figure out how to do, and it's stressful. Any tips? If you don't have experience with any languages before this, and you're just starting to learn Python as your first language, my best suggestion would be to wait for me to put out a course on Python. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That was a total joke. I would suggest maybe going onto an Udemy course. Wait till they're $5 on their discount, which it usually is. Pick up like a basics for Python course, usually like one of the more top rated ones. Try it out and see if you even enjoy it.
Automate the boring stuff. That's a
With
good one.
Python, that's a good book too.
It's free. You can go to the website, automate the boring stuff with python.com. It's free.
What's office life like? I love it. I really enjoy it. I like the cubicle life. I love my coworkers. I love being able to get up in the freedom, and it's nice for me. It's different, and I feel very blessed to be in the position that I'm in.
Okay, I think we should go to sleep.
Oh, sorry. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let Josh close this out.
No, you closed out. You held on to it, but you closed it out. But I just want to go to sleep. That's all.
Okay, so we're tired, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's very late for us, and I'm sure it's very late for you all as well. Thanks for spending your Saturday morning, Friday night with us.
That's true.
And I hope you guys have a great night.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. Oh, you're not gonna. You can do it.